Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. This is Max and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a solo traveler or a couple who likes to travel on a budget, then this channel and video is for you. In this video, I am going to share everything that you need to know before planning a trip to the beautiful country of Georgia. In this video, I am going to cover several topics: mobile internet and SIM card, budget accommodation, the travel within city as well as intercity, as Georgia has multiple cities which you can visit, the duration of the travel, as well as the weather and the best time to travel to Georgia to maximize your traveling experience. In Georgia, there are several internet providers. Macao, Silknet, Selfie are some of them. Macao is the most famous cell phone and internet provider here in Georgia. The average cost of purchasing a SIM card, if you are traveling to Georgia in the duration of say 7 to 14 days, it's about 10 lari. If you are purchasing the SIM card here at the airport, then it will cost you 20 lari. I had purchased a Selfie prepaid SIM card for 14 days, unlimited internet. It cost me 20 lari, but the same SIM card, if you purchase in a city, it will cost less. So the same goes for the Macao as well. Personally for me, as I was using the Selfie SIM card, even though I went to the northern regions, that is Kazbegi, or even on the eastern side where I visited Kaketi, or on the western side when I visited Batumi, I got network coverage everywhere. So there was no issue with regards to Selfie, and I'm sure with Macao as well, I don't foresee any issues. Budget accommodation. The budget accommodation depends, of course, on the type of traveler you are. Personally, for me, as I'm a solo traveler, I prefer to stay in hostel because I get to meet new people, and also because I just need a place to stay because I'll be roaming around the whole day. The hostel which I stayed in at Tbilisi city was called as the At Vernacular Hostel. It was very close to the city center, and I stayed there for about 5 days. In between, I had gone to Kutaisi, where I stayed at the Black Tomato Hostel. I stayed there for 2 days, and both the facilities were awesome. They had all the amenities, heaters in place, because as I was traveling it was really cold, but I never faced any issues with regards to safety or baggage loss or anything of that sort. Both the hostels were located in the prime location and were very convenient for a traveler like me. But from your perspective, if you are traveling as a couple or as a family, then definitely you will find very budget friendly hotels near the city center as well. I had personally booked the hostels via booking.com, but you would find the same near the city center, and they would be budget friendly. Georgia as a country is very budget friendly. It's very cheap with regards to the food that you eat, or the places that you are visiting, or the places which you are staying at. Third point, traveling within the city and traveling intercity. If you are in, let's say, in a city of Tbilisi, then you need to install 2 apps. These are Bolt and Yandex Go. These are equivalent of Uber, and you can just use these apps to travel within Tbilisi or Kutaisi or Batumi. You will find cabs everywhere. The cabs are very budget friendly. They are very cheap, so you don't need to shell out a lot of money for traveling within the city. If you are traveling, say, outside the city, let's say you are traveling from Tbilisi to Kutaisi or to any Batumi or any other city as such, then there are 2 effective modes of transport. One is via train, and the second is via minibus. Trains operate on a daily basis from Tbilisi to Kutaisi and Batumi and back and forth. Buses also operate on a daily basis. In fact, they leave every half an hour from the bus stations. I traveled from Tbilisi to Kutaisi via Stadler train because I wanted to experience that train. One quick note though, if you are traveling by train, there is a website via which you need to pre-book your tickets because they get sold off because there are limited seats. But on the flip side, if you are traveling by bus, you don't really need to pre-book any tickets. You can just go to the Kutaisi bus central station or say Tbilisi bus central station, and there are buses which are leaving at every half an hour. So you can just go there, and whichever bus is present and leaving at the earliest, you can just get into that bus. That's the biggest benefit that I feel from between trains and buses. But at the same time, if you are looking for the duration from Tbilisi to Kutaisi via train was about 3 hours 30 minutes, and when I came back from Kutaisi to Tbilisi via bus, it was 3 hours 15 minutes. So there was hardly any difference. So if I had to do it again, I would have just gone by bus because it's just so convenient. The roads, the highways here are awesome, and on top of it, you will be able to see the beautiful countryside of Georgia. So if you are traveling intercity, then my recommendation is to travel by bus. But if you want to experience the train journey of the Stadler, then you need to pre-book the tickets. Okay, the fourth point, duration of your travel in Georgia. Although Georgia is a small country, it's incredibly beautiful. I cannot emphasize this enough. I have been to the eastern side, I have been to the western side, north, south, and it's incredible. Even if you are in a bus and you are just traveling from one city to the next, the countryside is so beautiful that you just want to keep looking out of the window. With regards to the duration of your stay, I would personally say that you require at least 14 days to explore all the corners of Georgia. I personally stayed in Georgia for about 8 days, and I visited the Kakheti region, the Kazbegi region, Batumi, Kutaisi, and I'm sure that there are other regions which I was not able to visit because of time constraint, and I'm sure that they are incredibly beautiful. Some of the regions which I was not able to visit were the Swaneti region, then the Marta Valley Canyon region, the Prometheus Caves region, because it was raining really hard and those activities would have been blocked. So I decided to explore the other regions, but personally I feel that 10 to 14 days are enough to explore everything in Georgia. The winter season in Georgia is quite harsh, so anytime from say November till March, April, it's not a good time to visit Georgia unless you are going to visit the Kazbegi region where there is an ample amount of snowfall, and then you can take part in the skiing activities and so on. The best time or the best weather is in the month of May to June, where it's not too hot, not too cold, and in the month of say September to October, where the weather conditions are favorable. I had visited in the middle of May, where the temperatures were in the range of say 10 degrees to 20 degrees during the daytime, and in the night time it would go around 5 to 6 degrees. When I had visited the Kazbegi region, which is in the northern part of the country, I also got to witness snowfall, but then because it's May, the snowfall was present and the Caucasus mountain range were also snow-clad. But if you are visiting sometime in say June, then the temperatures would be slightly on the higher side, so you may not see snowfall in that region. So my recommendation is, if you are visiting Georgia, visit in the later part of May and first part of June, and during September and October time. Sixth point, the best way to travel within Georgia and to maximize your travel experience. If you are visiting any of the major cities such as Tbilisi, Kutaisi, or Batumi, there are multiple travel agencies and tour operators which organize tours at a group level as well as a personal level. So personally, I had pre-booked my tours. I had used Klook.com to pre-book my tours, but if you are coming to Georgia, then and if you have not pre-booked your tours, then you can either search on Google for the travel agency's location if you are in, say, the city of Tbilisi. For example, Budget Georgia is a travel agency which is located all across Georgia, and they organize tours to different locations like Kazbegi, Kaketi region, Swaneti region, Borjomi, and so on. So you can visit their office in person. They will explain you what is included within the itinerary for a particular day, and you can book your tours there itself. But again, it also depends on the availability of the slots. These tours, these group tours and personal tours are for one full day. Any region that you are visiting, either it's the Batumi coastline or whichever tour that you might select, it's for one whole day, so it spans like 9 to 10 hours. And if it's a group tour, then it's a big van that they have, and the max number of people in that group tour will be about 15. But it varies from availability perspective, from a tour perspective. For example, when I had gone to the Kazbegi region, I had booked a group tour and there were only 9 people in that group. When I had booked a tour from Budget Georgia for the Batumi coastline and Tirinala National Park, there were only 2 people in the car. And for the Kaketi region tour, there were 15. So it's not a fixed number. The tours are, they leave every day. It's not like they will wait for other people to come in and join the tour at the last minute. 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. whenever the tour departs from that particular city, it's going to depart guaranteed. So that's the process that we follow. And Georgia is a very tourist-centric country. Tourism is a major industry here, so it will be very easy for you to book these tours. 7th point, safety within Georgia. Georgia is an extremely safe country to travel. I stayed and traveled through Georgia for about 8 days, and the people here are extremely hospitable. There is no issues anywhere that I observed with regards to safety, and overall I had a wonderful time here in Georgia. With regards to travel recommendations, I would highly recommend that you spend at least one day touring the Kaketi region. You can book a group tour or a personal tour as per your preference, but one day has to be spent in the Kaketi region. It is the most beautiful region of Georgia that I came across during my travels. If you want to experience the local Georgian culture, then I guess the best way is to visit a market. If you are in Tbilisi and if you have a few hours to spare, then the Deserter Bazaar in Tbilisi is one place that you have to visit. Everything and anything that Georgia produces, I feel, is present in that market, and I feel that if you visit that market, you would absolutely love it as well. With regards to other cities apart from Tbilisi, Kutaisi is another beautiful city. However, there are limited sightseeing options within Kutaisi, so one day in Kutaisi is more than enough to cover all which is present there. Batumi is another incredibly beautiful city which is located on the Black Sea coast. You can do a walking tour of Batumi, which shouldn't take more than 5 to 6 hours. If you love hiking and trekking, then there are hiking and trekking spots near Batumi where you can visit some national parks around the area. I visited the Tirinala National Park and I hiked the entire national park. Uh, Batumi, I would say that max 2 to 3 days are enough. In Tbilisi as well, if you plan on covering all the major attractions, then I would say 4 to 5 days are enough to cover everything. I hope you find value in this video, and I hope that it helps you in building and defining your itinerary. If you have any questions for me, then please let me know in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, then please do like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any feedback for me, then please let me know in the comments below. I hope you had a wonderful day. I wish you Godspeed and thank you for watching.